Welcome back. This is Genesis with Sozo Education and Beauty Supply. And today we are going to be making mini bath bomb embeds for the bath bomb wands. So this is kind of funky just because my scale actually ran out of power. And so I'm going to have that over here instead of kind of over here. So that sucks just a little bit, but we will make it through. So I've already done one batch of my yellow, and I thought, let me go ahead and film this just to, help everybody else out. So I'm starting off with my mixture. This is distilled water, but I put it into the microwave. And I have figured out that how much water I need in my batch as my not emulsifier. I can't think of the word right now. Binder. There you go. Binder. So I already pre-mix all my things whenever I do it. And this is helpful in this situation. So I am using Fizz Berries Coral Dye. I don't know. I don't think I can make that clear. But anyway, Fizz Berries Coral Dye. And I am working through, I'm writing everything down and making all of my notes and trying to see, how much of each one that I would need to kind of end up with a tub color that I like. So I just put in 2 micro scoops of the coral dye, and I'm going to put that aside. And I didn't even show you my other inspiration. Okay. I pulled up a whole bunch of things on Pinterest, and this is one of the pictures. So I had already done this yellow up here, and I'm basically going to go down and do them in this order. That way, me having to wash all of my dishes becomes less invasive because I can reuse the same bowls and the same things and just keep moving forward. And if there's little remnants that happen to be into my mold, it doesn't really matter. And then I'm going to use from Robin's Lake Blends from her book. I can't think of it, but I'll link it in there. Tigger. And we're going to kind of play with the ratios within this. So at this moment, kind of has a little pasty situation down at the bottom here. And I'm going to take my little micro mixer here. And I love the fact that this has a rubber bottom on it. And I'm just going to go to town and disperse this as much as humanly possible. And I prefer doing it this way for a few different reasons. The hot water, blooms the dyes, which is why most would do it like this. I am then going to take my shea butter and add this to this situation. And I also use coconut oil in my recipe, which, because it is so freaking hot, it is 81 degrees right now, that it pretty much always stays melted. Okay, so that works perfect, in hotter temperatures. And then I'm going to take this and put it in the microwave. So when you bloom the dyes, it allows you to be able to see them right away. And I do want these to look really nice, but when you use the dyes and they are exposed to the sun, they're going to end up having some fadage. And I don't want the fadage. because these need to look like really pretty. So to combat that, this is my baking soda. I am also going to put the lake in there to try to get, a really good color and combat the fadage as much as possible. So that is my reasoning behind this. You could totally just use dyes or just use lakes, whatever you want. If you want to go through blooming or baking soda and all that kind of stuff, go right ahead. I don't have time for that. And again, I'm trying to create color blends, which even though I'm using these for the mini bath bombs for my bath bomb wands, that you also can use them for embeds for your bath bombs. And if I like that color series and the end result color in the water, then I will now have a mixture that I can make an embed bar with. This is my cream of tartar, and I put everything through my doohickey here. Sifter, and even my SLSA, and we'll kind of talk about that in a minute. But my goal with doing this is so that I can have these for dual purposes, essentially, and have them for the insides of my bath bombs as well. So I'm testing out each color. I will put the colors onto my site. That way people can see what colors that the embeds would turn and have it almost like a little reel that will play into my shop. So this is the SLSA, and because it's so, fine of a powder, I am measuring it on my other guy over here, and then I will put him into my big bowl and put him upside down. And then I just kind of like rotate it. So this helps with it kicking up as much on, my side of things. And if you notice here, can you see? So even though this is finely ground, that there's those little pieces in there. And in bath bombs, it doesn't make as much of a difference, which is why I just put them back in there. But I do want to break up every powder ingredient, because I find that as I do that, it then gets more evenly dispersed in the mix. And that's really what you want in the end. So this is the shea butter, coconut oil, and my water. So now I'm going to add my poly 80 to that, and I'm going to start this guy mixing. So again, I didn't have to wash this off or anything because it was yellow, and now it's going to be fine. And then I printed this little guy from Bamboo, and I'm just going to turn it on low. So poly 80. I also have something to make it easier. Every single one of the ingredients I get, I put a little topper on there because I think it's fan-frickin-tastic. 70% isopropyl alcohol. Oops. Okay. I use 70% because it does contain some amount of water, and then the alcohol, as well. This is a binder situation. And then we're gonna do my fragrance. Which these I also typically put little toppers on, but this is my first time opening this one, so it does not have it yet. And that way it helps preserve these essentially as well. And I always do my little fragrance chart. So from this sample, I just transferred it to the big guy. So I always save these, so when I go to order, I know what I need to order, and then it makes the labeling easier. Now, one other thing you have to pay attention to though is as you are relabeling, verify that they have not changed the formula, because sometimes it'll say like new mixture or something like that. So you really need to pay attention to if they have changed the formula. And I just like quick check the numbers as I'm purchasing it, so it makes that a little bit easier. All right, so that little hole that was in there, I'm gonna flip that guy around and now be able to just leave that in there, like kind of chilling out a little bit. Hopefully he stays safe. He's beeble bobbling a little bit, but I think he is safe in there. And then I'm going to do my citric acid. If you have not watched like my bulk situation on how to put your bulk ingredients into the 5-gallon buckets from the 50-gallon bags, that's what I've got sitting down here in a with a food safe lid situation on there. So I'm gonna get my citric acid out of here, and then by now this should have drained pretty good, And once again, I'm just gonna set this offside because I'm doing the same exact fragrance, and the next color will feed off of that color. So I'm turning it off for a second just so I can take this off and not have a problem with it. Let me scrape down all of my sides. I find that if you mix it like really fast, it'll kind of bring in the edges a little bit more. And then from this moment, I am going to set my 30-minute timer just so that I can kind of keep an eye on myself. And then I'm going to start off with a half of a teaspoon of that tiger and just see if it's going to give me the color that I'm looking for. And I do use a whisk attachment on my mixer just because I find it mixes everything together better. I think that's pretty good. All right, we are going to switch over to the other side, and then you'll get to be able to see my color. All right, we are back on this side, and I'm going to dump all my stuff in here. And I don't know if you can see, like, even though you've got this mixer going and I scraped it down and all that stuff, there is definitely a reason why you need to flip it out and not just use it straight from the container, because you need to break all that up a little bit more. And this mixture is feeling just slightly drier to me. So I'm gonna put a spray, maybe Maybe one more spray. And let's see what we can do with that. My humidity is at 22, which that's kind of crazy. Okay, this is feeling better to me. Okay, the mold that I am going to be using to do this. Oh, I didn't even talk about the fragrance. Oh no, I did talk about the fragrance, but it's frangipani jasmine. You know, I don't know how to say that. I will put it in the thing though. So the mold, this one is from TMK in Australia. And I started using this one from the beginning because I love it so much. Now, I do not like 3-piece molds, but I would say, you know, like it is worth it. But like this, it really hurts my thumbs. So it kind of sucks, but I love how perfect that these come out. So, you know, decide what you want to do, trade off. Sorry if I bump this camera at all. It, you know, with the legs and stuff, it really sucks, but I love the fact that you can be right up above. Okay, get those guys out of there. And then she's so much better at this than I am. She just like tosses them onto her tray. I don't really trust myself. So I do like this, flip it over onto my tray and then like kind of guide them off because she is amazing and I am still learning. So I'm not that brave, you know. She be making tons and tons and tons of these. Unfortunately, I think probably all the videos for these ones are no longer in existence because that was like before Facebook was a jerk face. But okay, what she does is she like rocks back and forth like that. And then, you know, you flip it and then you rock back and forth like that. Ugh, see right there, my wrist was just like, nah, chick. So I do have my press, but where I find that, you know, the rocking is really so pivotal is that it squishes them all. So if they're not all like completely perfect in size, then it's okay. Versus if I did it on the press and like some were just a little bit shorter than the others, then you're going to have more that are not successful because they did not compress as good. So, you know, I love to hate this mold. I think that they are so amazing. You know, as far as the shape and all that stuff goes, I love them. But I gotta kind of like go back and forth because my hands absolutely hate them. But there's just those molds that you kind of got to make those choices with. I also feel like, you know, if this had like tabby thingies, this would be so much better because I wouldn't have to be as careful with that portion of, you know, pushing it down because I have destroyed them that way as well. And I don't want to do that. So, whereas, like I said, she just be like, bam, 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 bam. So, anyway, I'm going to continue to do the rest of these. And, you know, I'll come in and show you the colors of each one of them. And if you guys, you know, want to know how many grams to, you know, scoops that I did or whatever to try to get the same colors because you like the end result of what I did, then just let me know. And if I think about it, I will put it into the description. But, mad respect for anybody who does videos and like you need to go in and edit them and all that kind of stuff. Like, this stuff takes a lot of work. So sometimes by the time that I go in and edit the videos and stuff, that I'm like, oh, okay, I got to link this and I got to link this. And so I have tried to figure out like a system of being able to do such thing. But I'm not really the best at that. So just let me know if you actually watched the whole entire video and you're like, I love that combination, and I'll totally give it to you. I don't care. I don't, gatekeep stuff unless it's a recipe of someone's, or like, Bath Bomb Revolution. See, that's the book that I was saying from Robin French Smith, where I am doing the lake blends. I also do have her actual lake blends that she is now selling, but I'm trying to go through all of the containers that I made up larger batches of to be able to make it easier on myself. Because I really think, when she was doing that whole book, she totally had the end game in mind. She was doing that book and testing out all of these colorants and the mixtures and all of that stuff so she could come out with her own lakes. So bomb. And they are really amazing mixes for sure. So instead of me being covered in all of the dusty things and everything, I'm gonna let her do that from here on out. And pay attention to your sales and stuff, because she totally does different holiday sales on all of the lakes, and I'm gonna let her be covered in all of the craziness, and I will just patronize her, because it was definitely a hot mess. Like, you get all of the colorants all over your face and in your nostrils, like you're breathing it. So I'm gonna let her do that, because and tappy. Just, if you don't tap, it makes it just a little bit harder to push these down. But honestly, it's not a big crazy deal. I just try to get in a routine of doing the things. So we will be back. Well, you know what? Since I'm already here, let me show you what I'm fixing to do with these situations. Oh my God, can you hear those racers outside? Like, this is crazy. So I'm pretty sure that I'm not going to have enough to fill up all of them. So I am going to take my mixture. Maybe I can do like one more row with this. So I will attempt to get one more row, which I have like gone through and tried to adjust this recipe to get a perfect amount of mixture so that I could do, an equal thing here. So we're working on it, I basically just need to adjust it to have like 4 more tablets worth, and that would be perfect. So I can already tell you, that guy there in the corner, that he is not going to be the greatest. But if you do the rocky situation, even though there's nothing here, it's still going to make sure that this column in here is going to come out better. So definitely do the thing. Okay, I'm gonna quickly bring this over here just to be able to show you guys my first two colors. And I'm just gonna leave them like that. We're not gonna play with them, mess with them. I will spray them with the 90% isopropyl alcohol. Still in my mister bottle right there. Very light spray. And that's it, just to help them start to get a little bit of a crust. And that's it. And then these are gonna go into my curing rack.